local media. All right, we're ready.
Do us a favor and spell your first and last name for us and your title.
Okay. My name is Terry, T-E-R-R-Y, Brannon, B-R-A-N-N-O-N, and the Chief of Police here at Cushing. I'd just like to start off with a real quick briefing as to what's occurred here today. Obviously, something obviously tragic has ended here in our community. Just after 11:28 a.m. this morning, Cushing Police 911 Center received a call of a missing 4-year-old child from the 700 block of East 3rd Street. We subsequently responded, police officers, to that residence. Once we were able to determine that it was a high probability that child had been missing for longer than the anticipated 4, 5 to 10 minutes, we immediately started bringing in additional staff in terms of public works staff, fire staff, as well as additional police staff. We immediately set up a command post here in the park because we were able to establish that the child had in fact been last seen here in the park. Once we established the CP, we began to conduct some very coordinated, thorough searches of the immediate park area on foot and by vehicle. Those searches then again began to expand outside of the park to the north, east, west, and to the south of us. We subsequently made a decision to go ahead and drain the duck pond. As you notice here to my immediate east, there's a rather large pond area there, which is commonly again referred to as our duck pond. We made a decision to go ahead and drain that pond. We didn't have any information that indicated that Blake may have been in the pond, but as a precautionary effort, we wanted to try and ensure the family as well as ourselves that hopefully he was not in the pond. As it turns out, as the draining continued this afternoon, we had officers that were walking and searching along the shore, and we saw him on the east side, or the west side of the pond, at the main entrance bridge, or near their main entrance bridge there here in Memorial Park. Once we made that discovery, we immediately sent uniformed officers as well as our police chaplain staff to the residence in anticipation of a probable notification, which eventually did occur. Since that time, we have taken Blake obviously from the duck pond and taken him to the Cushing Regional Hospital. We've been in contact with the medical examiner's office in Oklahoma City, which is routine procedure, to come and assist us with the second half of the investigation. We also contacted Child Welfare out of Stillwater. They are here on scene. They were actually here on scene when Blake's body was recovered from the pond. We also have a member from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children that I had spoke with earlier requesting their assistance. They have a representative that is here on scene and is working with our chaplain staff as well as our sworn staff at the residence at this time to communicate with the family and to address any needs obviously that they're going to have now and in the future, potentially as it relates to this certain tragic situation in Cushing.
So it seems like a tragic accident, basically.
It does appear to be an accident. It doesn't appear to be anything otherwise.
Do you know how long he had been missing before they decided to call police?
We were able to establish a kind of a cursory timeline between 9:30 and 10 a.m. this morning. We knew for a fact that he had been seen. Keeping in mind that his description as it was given to us when he was initially reported missing was obviously a white male wearing blue pants with a green stripe, no shirt, no shoes. A gentleman who actually was working at the Baptist Mission across from the residence had saw him outside wandering around. He had went and tried to make contact with someone at the house between 9:30 and 10 and was unsuccessful. He left. Law enforcement was not contacted. We were also able to establish through another citizen that he was seen somewhere around 10 a.m. Here in the park area. As the activity began to really develop here in the park area, the search efforts continued to develop. We had another citizen that came back. Keeping in mind this park is used by a lot of citizens to walk and exercise. As the activity began to really develop, a citizen came back and said, "Hey, who is it that you're looking for?" We told him, he said, "Hey, I saw that young man here in the park area." So that was around 11 o'clock. So we were able to put a fairly good timeline together as to when he was seen. So
do you think he wandered away from his house, and was anyone home at the time when he did that?
It's obvious, there's no question that he wandered away from home. As to whether anyone was at home or not, I can't sit here and say that for sure. I have officers who have been working on that all day today. My primary focus has been making sure that our search efforts were intact, making sure that we have the appropriate resources here. There's another part of the investigation I'm certainly not privy to at this particular time, but we'll be learning on.
Do you think that's suspicious at all?
There's nothing to indicate any type of foul play, nothing at all. unless something comes up that we don't know about at this time.
Will any charges be filed for just neglect or his parents, not watching over him enough, anything like that?
Like I said, we've contacted Child Welfare. They are here, and we're going to look at every aspect of the legality as it relates to his care, his proper care, and his being attended to. So we're going to look at every aspect of that, and if it ends up resulting in charges being filed against someone, we'll certainly make an appropriate presentation to the district attorney's office.
There's a lot of parents on this search you've got out here. What went through your head whenever you realized what has happened out here?
Well, anytime you have something like this happen in a small community, it affects everyone. A lot of my staff that's here, we have an awfully young staff that have small children. A lot of our fire staff have small children, and we have a lot of parents out here. Parents who were not, maybe not working today that came out and helped us in this search, and your heart always goes out to them. I had contacted our chaplain staff to come here just in anticipation of something negative happening, just to get prepared for that. And I don't know that you really can ever apply words to it. And I think after the day is over with, y'all go home and you're very thankful that we're all still standing here, that we're all still have our families intact. And you go home and you pray that God will just continue to take care of the rest of the kids in this community as well as the adults.
This is a really tight-knit community. What is your reaction to this tragedy happening here?
I don't know. I haven't really ventured outside of the search zone except to return to my office a couple times.
For you to see this, what's your reaction?
For me to see this, it's extremely hard. I have a professional face on now, but I can tell you that I took a moment to step away over there a while ago and pray for that family, pray for the staff that were here, and ask that God would protect their hearts and protect their minds as they continue to deal with this. And I'm sure as the days develop and things begin to unwind, I think people will come to the realization that it does hit home. And I think it will affect everybody differently.